So in today's lecture we will start with capacitor start motor. So in this motor basically we use a capacitor. The construction is same, the main principle is also same. It works on the same principle as we saw in the split phase induction motor. So what happens, we are learning single phase motor, right? So in single phase motor we use single phase supply. To rotate the rotor or to rotate the motor, what we require? We require rotating torque or rotating field we require, right? But due to a single phase, what happens? Our alternating field is produced. But what we want here? We want rotating field, right? So what we have done here to get the rotating field, we have splitted here. We have splitted these two windings, right? Single phase is splitted in two phase. Right. So what happens here? We use here starting winding and main winding. There are two windings placed and they have some phase difference. Right. So due to that phase difference, what happens? Two phases are created. Right. And due to that, our rotating field is created. We achieve here rotating field. So the starting winding is used to create a rotating field, right? Once our motor starts rotating or it attains the 70 to 80% of its speed, then what happens? This centrifugal switch will open and this winding will get electrically disconnected. That means there is no use of this winding after once our motor reaches 70 to 80 speed, right? 80% speed. So this winding is just used for starting. Whenever our motor reaches 70 to 80% speed, this winding is removed and our motor works on this main winding only. So what is the main thing? This motor, single phase motor, is not self-starting, right? So to make it self-start, what we do here, we are giving here starting winding. That is, we are providing two phases, right? And due to that, rotating field is created. So this is the main thing of the principle of working of single phase motor. So similarly, capacitor start motor, the construction is similar. So here also it has stator, rotor, centrifugal switch. Construction is same. If they ask, you have to write the same construction as we have written for the split phase, right? So we have to write the same construction. Stator, it is made of silicon steel stamping having slots in which two windings are kept. That is a main winding or it is running winding, and second is called as starting winding. So starting winding is also called as auxiliary winding. These windings are placed 90 degree electrically apart. That means they have phase difference. Starting winding is of high resistance and low reactance, and other additional reactance is connected in series with the starting winding. So starting winding is highly resistive, that means it has high resistance, and external we can add another resistance also in series with it. Running winding is of low resistance and high inductive reactance. So this is about the stator. So we have learnt it in earlier lecture. Now rotor. So rotor is the part which rotates, right? It has cylindrical structure having rotor conductor in the slots. So rotor conductors are placed in the slots. Rotor is also made of silicon steel stamping. So it is made of silicon steel stamping. It is fitted on the shaft. So it is fitted on the shaft. Centrifugal switch is also provided in this capacitor start motor. So this is about the basic introduction or the constructional part. It is similar to the last one. Now this is the diagram. So what is the difference here? Here we use capacitor, right? Here we use capacitor is attached here. To this is starting winding and to this starting winding capacitor is attached. So this is only the main difference. And due to this capacitor, what happens? Our phasor diagram is changed, right? There are some changes in phasor diagram. Now where is this capacitor attached? To the starting winding, right? So here current or the current with reference to this voltage will change, right? So this vector of this starting current or starting winding current is different, right, from the last one. So we will see. Capacitor start motors are single phase induction motor that employs a capacitor in auxiliary winding circuit to produce greater phase difference between the current in main and auxiliary winding. So what does it mean? So to get two phase this is single phase, right? To convert it into two phase, what we have to do? We have to place these two windings electrically. There must be some phase difference, right? So here the capacitor is attached to our starting winding. Same, it has a same principle, just here capacitor is attached to our starting winding. So what happens due to this capacitor? There is greater phase difference between current in main and auxiliary winding. That means there will be the phase difference between this starting winding and main winding. The current taken by starting winding is therefore leading the voltage, and current taken by the running winding is lagging the voltage. So this is the phasor diagram. From this phasor diagram they have given the explanation. So this is starting winding and capacitor is attached to this starting winding in series, right? Due to this capacitor, what will happen? Our current will be leading here, right? So this is our voltage. This we have taken as reference. Now here IS, what is it? This is about our current in starting winding. So this is voltage and our current is leading here, right? It is leading to this voltage. So what will happen? It will lead the voltage. So this phasor is here and this current is of main winding. It will lag, right? It will lag. So same in this phasor, this is IM, that is a main winding current, and this is IS, but here we have attached capacitor. So what will happen? This IS will go here because it is now leading. So this is only difference here, and due to this is our main or total current parallelogram. We have drawn here parallelogram, and from here we get the total current. The phase difference between IS and IM is 80 to 90 degree. So this phase difference between these two, that is starting and main winding, it is 80 to 90 degree. Thus motor acts as two phase, therefore rotating magnetic field is created and motor begins to run. So here similar principle is used. This is our single phase motor. To make it two phase, why? Because in two phase we get the rotating magnetic field. In single phase it is not done. So here we have splitted this and we get here two phase, right? Here we get the two phase and therefore rotating magnetic field is created and motor begins to run. So as I told in last, whenever our motor reaches its 70 to 80% speed, then what will happen? This starting winding is in there, no use. There is no use of this starting winding when our motor reaches 70 to 80%. So what will happen? This centrifugal switch will open and this winding will get disconnected and our motor will work only on this main winding, right? So this will be our circuit. Okay. So same is given here. As it reaches 70 to 80% speed, centrifugal switch is operated and starting winding is disconnected. In some motors, thermal relay is provided for protection against the overload. So in some motors, relays are provided. That is thermal relay is provided. Why it is provided? For protection purpose, they have provided the thermal relays. This motor has high torque and hence used in drilling machine and pumps. So this capacitor start induction motor, they have high torque, right? They have high torque. Torque means what? The force, it is the measure of force, right? Which allows the rotational motion. So it has high torque and it is where it is used, application of this motor, it is used in drilling machines and pumps. So we will just go through it once again. So this is basically same as a split phase induction motor. So this is our single phase induction motor, and in single phase what happens? We get alternating field. So our rotor will not rotate like this, it will rotate just in this direction, right? So to get rotating rotor, then what we have to do? We have to apply external force, then our rotor will start to rotate. So this means that our motor is not self-starting. To make this motor self-start, here we don't want single phase, we want two phase. So what we have did here? We have splitted these two phases here, right? Two windings are placed here. So what happens? The current will flow through this main winding and starting winding also. So here what will happen? There will be we have created here two phase motor, right? So there will be rotating field created here, and due to that rotating field our rotor will start to rotate in this direction. But when it was single phase, that means it will not have rotating field, it will have alternating field. Alternating field means what? It will just rotate here. To make the motor self start, what we have to do here? We have to push this rotor, right, in particular direction. Then it will start to rotate. But this is not possible physically. So what we have did here? We have splitted these two phases, and from this we get two-phase motor, right? So two-phase motor means what? It will have rotating field. It will create rotating field. So current will flow from this winding also and this winding also. So two fluxes are produced, and due to that rotating field is created. So similar here it is applied. Here also there are two windings, but here we have used capacitor. So what happens due to this capacitor? The current from this winding becomes leading current. So the main difference is in the phasor. This current is leading. So this is about capacitor start induction run motor. Second one is permanent capacitor motor. So what does it mean by permanent capacitor motor? So this is the diagram. So here no centrifugal switch is used. This is the main difference. Here we have used centrifugal switch, and here there is no centrifugal switch used. So this is the diagram, similar way to the last one, just here centrifugal switch is not used. Permanent capacitor motor. So the construction is similar. It has stator, it has rotor. In stator there are two windings placed. First one is starting and the second one is, this one is main winding and this one is starting winding. This is rotor. In this case there is no centrifugal switch. So as I said, there is no centrifugal switch used. Starting winding is connected in series with capacitor. So this is our starting winding, and here capacitor is directly attached in series with this starting winding. This capacitor remains permanently in series even in the running condition. So in running condition also this capacitor will be attached here only, right? There is no centrifugal switch, right? So in running condition also this winding or this capacitor will remain here only. This type of motors is used only in ceiling and table fans, and where low torque is required. So this is actually a low torque, right? The last one was of high torque, right? And this is low torque. So where the low torque is required? In fans. So here they use, or we use it in ceiling and table fans. So this is about the permanent capacitor motor. So diagram, this is the diagram. Here capacitor is directly attached to the starting winding and there is no centrifugal switch. So principle is same here. And this is the diagram, or this is the graph. So here the torque, it has a low starting torque. That means in starting the torque is low and then it increases, right? And the last one is capacitor start, capacitor run motor. Now this is like it has two capacitors. So here you can see there are two circuits. So this one is first one and this is second. So there are two capacitors, right? So the diagram, the change is only it has two capacitors and there is centrifugal switch attached here. So construction is similar. It has stator, it has rotor. In stator there are two windings, main winding and starting winding. Now it has two capacitors connected in starting winding, circuit 1 and circuit 2. As I told you, this is starting winding and there are two capacitors. So this is first capacitor, capacitor 1, and this is capacitor 2. Centrifugal switch is connected with capacitor 1 in series. So this is the centrifugal switch which is connected. Capacitor 1 is of higher value and capacitor 2 is of lower value. So the capacitor 1 is of higher value and capacitor 2 is of lower value. So you can see a capacitor 1, this is capacitor 1 and this is 2. It has higher value and this is of lower value. Once the motor is speeded up, centrifugal switch is open and capacitor 1 is disconnected. So that means whenever our motor reaches 70 to 80% speed, what happens? Centrifugal switch is open, right? So whenever the centrifugal switch is open, this first circuit 1 capacitor will get disconnected. And the second capacitor remains in the circuit with the starting winding. So this starting winding with this starting winding, the capacitor 2, that means this capacitor 2, circuit 2 will remain in our circuit itself. Starting winding is also retained in the circuit. That means it is also there in our circuit. Even the motor is running after it achieves 70 to 80% of its speed, right? So just only one capacitor is removed, that is from circuit 1 is disconnected when our motor reaches 70 to 80% of speed, and this remains in our circuit even after motor reaches 70 to 80% of speed. So they have given same starting winding is also retained in the circuit. What are the specialities of this motor, that is capacitor start motor? Starting torque is higher. So the starting torque is higher in this motor. Overall capacity of motor is increased. Capacity of motor is increased. PF is improved, that is power factor is improved. More efficiency, that is the motor is more efficient. Starts quick, the action of starting is quick. Free from radio interference. There is no presence of radio interference. It gives constant speed for load variation. So wherever we change the load, the speed will be constant. It will maintain the constant speed. So applications, this is important where we use these types of motor. Grinder, drilling machines, blowers, refrigerators, air conditioning. So we use this in grinders, drilling machines, blowers, refrigerators and air conditioning. So we'll go once through this. So this was our first, that is single phase motor. This is split phase induction motor. So why it is called as split phase? So here you can see the two windings we have splitted here, right? So the main construction is stator. In stator they have two windings. One is called main winding, another is called starting winding. It has a rotor, right? It has a cylindrical rotor. So this is rotor. Now we have single phase supply, right? Now don't consider this winding. We have single phase supply. What will happen? Our current will flow through this main winding, right? So this is single phase winding only. So what will happen in single phase? We get alternating flux, right? We get alternating flux. So our rotor will, how it will rotate? It will rotate in this direction only. It will not rotate in circular, right? It will not go in this direction. It will just go in this direction. So now here what we want rotating, right? We want rotating field. So what we have did here, we have placed another winding here. Right? So this is main winding and this is starting winding. This is used only in starting. Now what happens? Now current will flow. Now current will go in this winding also, this winding also. So two fluxes are produced, right? Now our motor will behave as two-phase motor, right? Now what will happen? There are two phases, there are two fields. So what will happen? Rotating field will create. So our motor will start rotating in this way, right? First there was only main winding, it was rotating like this. So what we did, we introduced starting winding also. So here rotating field is created and our motor will rotate in this direction, right? So whenever our motor attains 70 to 80% of speed, what will happen? The centrifugal switch will get open, right? It will get open. So this winding will get disconnected. So what is the use of this winding? This winding is used only in starting to provide rotating torque, right? So same principle is applied here also. Just here we have attached the capacitor. So first one we saw is capacitor start induction run motor. So here capacitor is attached. We have centrifugal switch also. And here due to this capacitor, the current from this starting winding is leading to the voltage. So leading means what? It will lead this reference voltage. So we have drawn here phasor diagram. Now permanent capacitor motor. Permanent capacitor, this capacitor will remain here itself. And in this there is no centrifugal switch attached. And the last one was capacitor start, capacitor run motor. So capacitor start, capacitor run, as they have mentioned, there are two capacitors, right? So one in circuit 1 and another in circuit 2. So centrifugal switch is attached in series with circuit 1 capacitor, right? Now what happens here? Whenever our motor comes or it gains the speed, what will happen? This centrifugal switch will open and this capacitor will get disconnected, right? This capacitor 1 will get disconnected and this will remain in circuit only. So this is about the capacitor start motors. So there are basically three types. We have seen the three types. So if you have any doubts in this, then you can ask. So just applications are important. They are used in grinders, drilling machines, blowers, refrigerators, air conditioning, etc. So this is about the capacitor start motor. I hope you have understood this lecture. If you have any doubts, then you can ask.